Canada finished off the September international window with a 0-0 draw against Mexico, a very different performance from the 2-1 win we saw against the United States, but there's still plenty to discuss. So I have my 5 takeaways for you guys. Hopefully you're excited, and if you are, let's get into the episode now. Let's start off with my very first takeaway, and that is Jonathan David. Now, Jonathan David had an unbelievable performance against the United States. He was so important to what Jesse Marsch wanted to do because he led from the front. He was a pressing machine. He got a goal. He got an assist. He dropped in deep. His link-up play was fantastic. Everything he did for this team suits what Jesse Marsch wants to do. So when he's not in the lineup, which he was not in this match, you really notice. And the way that the United States just had no time on the ball, it's because David, Larin, Schaffelberg, Ahmed, Chouanier, Eustachio, they were all intense. They were all pressing. In this game, we just didn't really see that, and when you defend from the front, in the last match you looked at Larin and David, this time you looked at Larin and Osorio, and it just wasn't the same. Once David came into the match in the second half, Canada really changed. You saw him link up with the ball, you saw some chances happening. It probably would have been different if he started from the front, but you can really tell when Jesse Marsch is going to make this team click, Jonathan David is going to be a massive part of it. My second takeaway is the fact that this was a very choppy game. It was very stop and start. There's over 40 fouls in this game. A lot of the times you just saw a Canadian player running, he got chopped down, or even a Mexican player running and they got chopped down. It was very CONCACAF. And I liked it because despite it not feeling the same way as the United States game, this game is important. And there's a lot of context behind it. It wasn't that long ago where if Canada played Mexico away from home, they would get stomped on. I know the tides kind of changed during World Cup qualifying where we got some good results, and right now we are in a better moment than Mexico, but you still have to make it count, and Mexico did everything they possibly could to make this game frustrating for Canada, and we still had a chance to win it. We were the better team throughout, we had the better chances, we dictated the way that this stop and start game was kind of going, and I do think we could have won this game. We obviously didn't start our best 11. I think if we did, it could have changed the game even more. But I think the moment of the game, unfortunately for Kyle Larin, came where he just couldn't put that ball away. But I'm not putting this on Kyle Larin. The chance he had in the United States game, where he took a touch when he didn't really need to and then just put it right at Schulte, that's an opportunity where you want your informed striker scoring. And you can kind of tell he's a striker not informed. This time, I mean, a beautiful ball came in. He got a really good connection to it. He put it in the corner. It was just a very, very impressive save. And at the end of the day, it's 0-0 away from home. I'll take it. We defeated the United States away from home. We drew Mexico. It wasn't that long ago where this kind of stuff wasn't happening. So you don't really always want to take it for granted. I do think it would have been nice to walk away with 2 wins. It would have been a real statement. But regardless, in this type of game, Canada showed that they can play this CONCACAF style when they need to, when push comes to shove. I thought they gave it right back to the Mexicans when they were giving it to us. Richie Larea, Nico Seeger got a real look at what CONCACAF's like. Seeger's first touch in the game is he made a little chop, made a successful pass, and they got knocked to the deck. It wasn't a pretty game, it wasn't a perfect game, but overall I don't mind the result. My third takeaway is Alphonso Davies, and I haven't highlighted him enough in my 5 takeaways recently because he's been fantastic at left back ever since Jesse Marsch decided to put him there. Now, I know when he used to play as a winger, striker, center attacking mid, you noticed him a lot more in games. And honestly, during that World Cup qualifying run when the injuries happened, he wasn't in the team, you kind of argued that Canada played better because at times, Davies just did a little bit too much. But now his game is super simple. He's playing in the position he plays for his club, and he really rounds out that back four. You don't notice him all the time, but he does obviously have a huge role in the back four, and you see him make great recovery runs. You see him when he has the opportunity to do so go forward, but he doesn't put himself in dumb positions. He'll wait, he'll take his time, he'll go up when need be. Otherwise, he just is doing what he's doing at left back and doing a great job. And the thing that I really wanted to point out is that he kind of looks like he loves defending right now. Late in the game, there was a big opportunity for Mexico and a big block shot came in. Davies got there and he celebrated like he scored a goal. And you love to see it because you know Davies wants to go forward. We've heard him say many times he wanted to play as a winger when he went to Bayern. He kind of got put in this left back. He's now playing left back for his country where he used to have freedom, but he's buying in. I think he loves to see the way that this team is playing. He knows his role. He knows that defending is a big part of it, and he put in a great shift today. For takeaway number 4, we have Dane St. Clair, who had a fantastic performance between the sticks. Now, I do think Maxime Crépeau is going to be the keeper going into 2026, and I think he should be. I feel very comfortable when Crépeau is our starting keeper. He had a phenomenal Copa America. He had a good performance against the United States. There's no reason to doubt him. But it is nice to know that there's competition right behind him, and Dane St. Clair today had 2 phenomenal saves. The one, just a good reaction, push over the crossbar, and the other one was a one-on-one. Was it offside? Wasn't it? I don't know. They didn't call it. There's no VAR. He came out strong off his line, made a big save. He looked commanding in the air. He looked comfortable playing out of the back. He was playing as a sweeper keeper. I liked everything about his game today, and it's just going to make Crépeau even better because you have 2 keepers pushing for that spot at a home World Cup. I loved it. Good performance from Dane St. Clair. I think he really needed it. For my 5th and final takeaway, I'm looking down that right-hand side, starting with Ali Ahmed. I thought he was probably the best player on Canada today, and maybe throughout the tournament. He was excellent against the US, and he continued that form into this match. I thought if we were going to score, it was going to come from Ali Ahmed. It almost did. He put in that wonderful ball for Kyle Larin. It was a phenomenal save, but it all started with Ali Ahmed. He was taking players on. He was drawing fouls. He was getting kicked down, thrown down. It was a real introduction to what CONCACAF can truly be like, and I thought Ahmed handled it really well. Also, Richie Laryea, the perfect player for this type of match. If Johnson was available, I still think I might have wanted to see Laryea start this game because he plays with that edge and he can go toe-to-toe with a frustrating Mexican player when they're, trying to get in your face. Richie's got no problem getting right back in your face, but then he can calm his nerves and just continue to play his game. I really like the chemistry between Ahmed and Laryea, and I'd like to see more of them going forward as well. Those are all of my takeaways. Let me know if you agree with them, and give me your takeaways down in the comment section. I also want to know what you think about this result. Was it a good result? Was it a bad result? I don't think drawing Mexico away from home will ever be a bad result, but given how we played so well against the United States, I wouldn't say this is a great result. I would just say it's a solid result. A win against the United States followed by a draw against Mexico, that's a decent window. But let me know. I want to hear from you guys down in the comment section. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like, drop a sub. We'll see you guys soon. Cheers, friends.